Hello, thank you for tuning in to this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using White Newman Tarot by, I want to say it's BG something. Elba BG. It's at the top here. And the website is Liminal 11. Feel free to freeze frame and check that out if you're interested. I don't think I missed any information on that. Supportive Oracle cards. Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Website for this one is rockpoolpublishing.com.au. A as an apple, U as an umbrella. And the dice I use are the D&D dice. I use the 20, the 12, and the 4. The 20 for the major arcana, which does omit 21, but I work with it. And the 12 for the suits up to Knight. Again, it omits the Queen and King, but I work with it. And the 4 is for which element, like fire, earth, air, water. Okay, and now, on to your read. Hello, Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning in to this week's read. These readings are valid for whenever you come to them. With that being said, what do we have for Aquarius? That's an interesting card. One, two, three. Okay. That will be... Okay. Whatever the situation is, you've been very... How do I explain this one? It's like you're in control, but you're not. How do I explain that? Whatever you needed out of the situation, you've been able to get. It's almost like you're not the one calling the shots, but you have influence or connection to somebody who does. It's not even that I don't know if they like you or not. I don't think that matters. You're able to get what you need from this person. You know how to talk to them. You know how to get what you need to. It's almost like, it reminds me of like at places I've worked before, and like getting along with the manager, or at least understanding the manager, kind of like, all right, I see what's coming up. I know what I want, so I know how to make this like, all right, maybe they can't give me the day off that I want, but like there's been jobs where, for example, maybe I wanted Tuesday off, and they're like, well, I can't give you a day off, but what you can do is you can work 10 hours Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and you could do it that way. And I'm like, all right, I can work with that. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like you've known how to work with the situation. You've known how to get what you need. You technically haven't had control of it, but you've been able to maneuver it to your liking fairly easily, I would say. The dynamic has been good. It's what's coming up that's a problem. Something is changing. The Nine of Cups, half in, half out, judgment against you. It's upside down. It's not good. So the connection I've been working with and using with and dealing with, I feel like I'm like, all of a sudden I'm like barred out of it. I can't seem to negotiate what I want anymore. If we're gonna use that same analogy, where like, okay, I want Tuesday off, but they're like, we can't give you the day off, but you work extra these other 4 days to make up for it, so you're still working a full work week, and you can have that day as long as you don't call in the other days. Yeah, you can do that. Now it's like you're not able to do that anymore. All of a sudden things are restricted, things are blocked. The connection you used to have is all of a sudden not working. I would say it's not working. I don't know if it's gone or just not working. And there is this level of restriction where there's this new implement over the whole thing where that's not going to work anymore. It's almost like there's a new person involved in the situation. They're like, okay, I know you used to do that, Aquarius, but that's no longer allowed. All these things you used to do, no longer allowing that. Not allowing this, not allowing that, not allowing this. There's a lot of unhappiness. No, I don't know if that's right. What is this with the resistance of the Three of Cups? What's that? Yeah, no, unhappiness, that's for sure. Um, yeah, no, there's unhappiness. The Ace of Cups came in upside down, so there's a lot of unhappiness. There's a lot of like questioning of loyalty. Um, why is this going this way? Why are these changes happening? I don't think you're the only person bent out of shape about this. Um, you got the, you got something new coming in, don't you? There's a lot of problems here. A change needs to be made, but there's resistance to the change at the same time. There's a question like, can I just wait it out? Queen of Swords popping in here. A lot of negotiation. Can I wait it out? Should I wait it out? Do I need to wait it out? Something is not what it seems. I get that. Like, what is hidden? There's something hidden. What is hidden here? Page of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. These restrictions may be temporary, but it doesn't seem like it. These restrictions might be temporary, and it's not that the person who is doing the restrictions, there's something here that, there's something going on behind the scenes that's not anywhere near being apparent. Why the climate has changed is temporary, but I don't see that information coming forward. It's almost like, for example, that same analogy with like, okay, you can work 10 hours these other 4 days to get that one off. So you technically aren't getting it off, you're just working those extra hours. That's being restricted because now they're going to add in another shift or something. And it's kind of like you're going to be sharing a desk with somebody else. So they're like, well, it's not going to work because of this, but they're not telling you that. It's almost like something like that. But still, once you find out the new rules, you'll be able to work with that however you need to. It's like, okay, there's a second shift, but there's no third shift, so I can still work with that if I really want to. Maybe I have to leave by 3, but I could come in as early as 4 in the morning if I really, really want to, so I can still make that work a different way. There's a secret going on. There's definitely a secret. The Wheel of Fortune is turning. Page of Cups is telling me we're not hearing about whatever's going on. Even though water can be secretive, so I keep getting like, it's like there's no even hint of it. It's so quiet in the background, you forget that it's there. Be careful of like the rumor mill or whatever's going on around here. Usually Aquarius thrives in that environment because you can discern what's real and what's not. You can hunt things back to be like, okay, that came from nothing or that came from something. There's so many things going on here. There's too many moving pieces. By time you figure it out, it'll be too late, is what I'm getting. That's why they're saying don't do it. It's not that you can't, but by time you do, it'll be null. Hold on to what you have. There's a change going on here. Hold on to what you have. Let me just double check that. Ace of Fire and the Hierophant coming. The Hierophant half in, half out. It's like in between. Things are going to be restructured. There's a lot of quick changes coming in this situation. Hold on to what you like. Remember what you like about the situation. You're going to be stressed for a little while, and you're going to be like, "What's the point?" And sticking this out. Why stick this out? Because I don't see any point. It's already failed. It's already, what I liked about it is gone. What I used to thrive in has been taken away from me. So why stick it out? Why, like, there's no point in this. It's just, there's no win left. Maybe I'm still technically doing well. Maybe people still like me, but I don't like it here now. So what's the point? Remember what you do like and stick to that. Give it like 3 to 4 months. If this reading is hitting, no matter when you're watching it, give it 3 to 4 months, because there's something coming back in. as quickly as things changed at that point and the restriction got really heavy, it'll change again and the loyalty will come back towards you. Things will work out the way they're supposed to. Things will go back to the way they were before for you. That's how this is coming in. The masculine is what I'm getting. Things are going to go back to the way that you're used to them going. Things are going to go back to being more of a fruition in the way you want them to be. It just comes in. It's like as quickly as the boundaries came in, they're going to leave just as quickly. It's just, to me, it's very strange. I want to understand what's going on over here. It's one last piece to this puzzle. Because it's going to make you very uncomfortable. Yeah. The energy is a little bit unstable here, just to be fair. But I'm getting like somebody's trying to fix something that went wrong. Somebody's trying to correct a situation, and they're trying to reform the whole thing. It reminds me of like years ago when I worked at this one job. Like, managers kept trying to find different ways to do things. They just kept doing it and kept doing it. They wouldn't even last 2 to 3 months before a new process would come in. They just kept changing things and kept changing things and kept changing things. It caused a lot of damage and a lot of problems, and after a while, that situation had a lot of loss. But that's a whole nother story. They're making decisions behind the scenes that they're not making sense with. It's weird that these two are coming in, but I got the Sun card reversed, and I got the Page of Wands half in, half out, which is telling me it's like we're just changing to change. We're just moving things to move it. We're going to end up going back to what we were doing anyway. So things will return to the way they were. Somebody's trying to control something, and it just turns into a lot of thought and a lot of wasted effort is what I keep getting. These two together, it's the dice backing it up that's really showing me that. Somebody's trying to make their way or trying to change something, and it's just not working. That's why things are going to go back to the way they were. It's weird. I feel like by time this comes around, everybody's going to know what was going on. By time things change back to the way they are, or way they were. I feel like that's why they're saying don't waste your time trying to figure it out. You probably will naturally, because that's what Aquarius does. But they're like, don't overstress yourself about it. Give it a chance. Give it like 3 to 4 months to work itself out, and the answers will come to you, and things will go back to where it was. You may not be happy with the whole situation. I do see the Black Newman popping up here in your thoughts, kind of like you may be very unhappy with it when it's all said and done. What is Aquarius supposed to do with that? We acknowledged it. What are you going to do with it? 6 of Cups and the Hierophant, half in, half out. What I'm getting with this is like, the situation, how these people work. It'll give you advantages in the future. It's not so much liking what you've seen, but understanding what to do with it and understanding how it works. That will give you advantages in the future. It's a weird one. I think this is an odd one. Because it seems like it goes fairly well for a while. It's this rough patch, and then it goes back to being good again. And I feel like it's kind of like put a bad taste in my mouth, kind of like, now that I know how this is going to go or how random this could be, I'm not really happy with it. But they're saying, in this situation, use it to your advantage. I feel like they're saying this is something you might want to stick with because of how how it works, because of the intel you have, because of those layers of knowledge you have, you can keep this going to your advantage a lot longer than other people can. I guess they're saying stick with it, because I'm just like, I feel awkward saying that, because I feel like you're not going to really want to, but I'm also getting like you're going to get more benefit than you expect over time. So they're saying stick with it. You're going to be thankful that you did. It just isn't going to feel like it at first. Take it with a grain of salt. Readings are for entertainment purposes only. Remember that. All right. I think we're done. I'm going to shut this down here. Hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.